From data privacy and protection to the digital space that is emerging in journalism, and today to the space of marketing. And what does this really mean for us in the digital space, and how do we protect our data while at it? Welcome to another episode at Speak Up Africa, where we aim to inform, engage, and empower you. I have in studio today a great gentleman that I hold in very high regards who will have this conversation around marketing with us. Eric, welcome to the podcast today.
Thank you so much.
Take it away, introduce yourself. Who are you?
My name is Erick Obwaka. I run an IT company for the last 25 years. It's called Computer Doctors. And I also run a soft company called the King of Business Networking, which is a networking firm stroke marketing company. Thank you. Nice being
Great.
with you.
Eric, welcome to the podcast today.
Thank you.
We are here to get insights on your stronghold, which is networking and marketing. I've actually just seen on socials today somebody giving you a good commendation on the good
Thank you.
works that you're doing in networking. What is networking? How is it valuable to the human species right now?
Networking is the art and science of making beneficial connections that can mention you at the table of men. For example, you know the president of Kenya. Everybody knows the president of Kenya, but the president does not know me, despite being in existence in this country for all these years. So actually, the president is not part of your network. Maybe to some that he knows personally and on a personal level. So networking enables you to open doors of opportunities, whether within your career or within the business angles. Thank you.
Great. And it's great that we're using such digital tools to network. I think technology came to enhance greatly the space of networking because it has given people a platform to connect greatly. People largely say that digital media and technology came and made the world a small village. This means we can reach to different parts of this nation and the globe at large. Why networking for you?
For me, networking, given my background from IT, many IT people are laid back. So, having learned networking, having been mentored on networking 3 years ago, I knew it's a shortcut to opportunities because the people you meet every day, whether in your office, or in the stairs, everywhere you meet them, even in church, are people who hold a future for you. So it matters that you know them and you also invest in them. So it's not about you being helped, but you helping them first. Then maybe later they can help you or mention you somewhere and be your salespeople in course.
Great. So networking brings us to a place where you can sell yourself, sell your product, sell your company, the services that you offer, and in return get, buyers for lack of a better term. So when people meet in these different quarters of networking, people exchange a lot of information, which we now call data. A typical networking event, what kind of data do people exchange and what information is crossed in such rooms?
Thank you. Today, having attended our BNI meeting today at 6:30 a.m., um, at the reception, I found the registrar whose first confirmation is, have you paid? Because there are also those who attend and have not paid. So they actually check your M-Pesa. So it means they even look at your phone.
Yeah.
They'll be able to see what's the balance because you are sharing you're trying to prove yourself that you paid. Also, they check what's your name, what's your email, what's your telephone number. By the time you're sitting, they already have this data.
Okay. So your name, your mode of payment, confirmation of payment, your email address is being left behind.
Yes.
Question number one, when you're giving out such information, how transparent and honest should one be as a stakeholder of such an event?
Many holders of these events take this data, and of course, most of them, through experience, I've always seen that they employ cheap labor or somebody they just picked on the street who is not aware about data protection, who once they take that data, they can take a photo. They can, if maybe you're a high delegate who attended, they can take that number and start communicating to you after the event. So actually, most events, 99% of the events, have got no respect to data protection laws and policies.
Yeah, when you're speaking, I'm just thinking about a conversation I had with another guest here. And Eric, we were really saying sometimes it is so risky when your information falls in the wrong hands, because people in this previous past, people have been getting calls. It's something I have experienced. Oh, I think I met you at a certain marketing event, and I'm like, I was not there. So then the question is, from where did my information leak? So that begs the question, when we go for networking events, I want to assume that the one who is probably taking in the data is taking it with very good intentions, probably to take statistics of how the event was. Did they meet their KPIs? Did they meet their targets? However, the middle people that you're mentioning are the ones that could be careless with this information. And it's private information for the guests that are being hosted in the networking event. In your own opinion, if these are some of the risks that we will encounter with our data and lack of privacy out there, how honest should we be when giving out information?
I think there's need for us to train the people who receive this data, the people who handle this data, because they should not just be anybody. They should not just be interns. They should not be people we employ only today. They should be people who have been trained by a certain organization and who know that it is wrong to pick any element or part of this data for their own personal consumption. At networking desks, the receptionist can decide that today, Mr. X, who is a high flying person in this country, left their number here. So I can WhatsApp them, I can email them. And that's a big data breach.
Yes.
If it's found that actually this person got this contact from networking event A, then you'll have to bear the cost.
Yeah. And I mean, you being in the space where you have training in IT and have also explored the space of marketing, in a layman's experience and language, what are some of the basic information that we comfortably should share?
One, your names, um, your ID number, just to check that these two correspond. And that should be enough. Nothing more than that.
Maybe an addition of an email address. Some people would prefer information sent to their emails and not their numbers.
And maybe that's the farthest it should go.
Mm.
It should not be asked, where do you work? Who is your spouse? How many kids you have? That is irrelevant. So long as the person was paid and is coming for this event, I think their name, telephone number, and email is enough. Yeah.
Great. You've had it. Your name, your email address, your number at most, as we stretch it. Times have really changed. Technology has come and has improved a lot of things. And we cannot ignore the fact that this has played a key role in how networking is being done in this new age. What are some of the great impacts that digital tools have made in networking?
Personally, I was old school till a few years ago when I spent a lot of time with Gen Zs and the Rotaractors. These are young Rotarians, and most of them are in tech. So I get to learn new ways. For example, I was very hesitant. I had my LinkedIn account a long time ago, but I never used it frequently till about 6 months ago when I met a young man who is fully running my LinkedIn profile. And from it, I've been able to get connections from professionals, serious companies who are engaging me in my work. for talks, and for business. Also, the social media spaces that are relevant to you. There are many, but you need to choose the ones that you will be strong in it, because there's no need for you to be in all of them while you're not active in all of them. So for me, it's LinkedIn, it is Facebook, those two, and TikTok, three maximum for me work best, because I'm able to engage on a daily basis and keep my tribe glued to information, to events. Even WhatsApp, one of my biggest tool is WhatsApp, because on my status, I'm able to share businesses for different friends from different networks. From there, they're able to get leads and referrals, which is business.
Yeah.
So my WhatsApp status is a marketing tool on itself.
Great. I love the point of view that you have brought, that you had set up these pages and platforms, but you are not using them. And the reality is, right now, we have come to a time and a season where you cannot ignore the fact that you have to conform, you have to embrace, you have to adjust, because the world is moving to digital spaces.
Yes.
I want to highlight something very important that you have said. These digital spaces have enabled you to connect with clients, have enabled you to offer services, have enabled you to connect with other people in your spaces and in your spaces of interests. There's something called the algorithm, which picks what you post and connects you to other people. In the digital space, how important is it for us in networking and in keeping our data to constantly post relevant issues to connect us to relevant people and spaces?
Um, the algorithm is very important because it directs you to your interests. There's no way, for me, I don't like football.
Wow.
So there's no single day I've seen an advert for football towards me. Instead, I see networking events. I even know the next 50 networking events happening this week, because it's pushed down my eyes, down my throat, because they've been able to study what is it that I post. So if it's networking events, they push networking events to me. So for me, that is a plus, because it keeps me engaged and to know what is next door. Nevertheless, algorithms can also be disastrous to consumers. Assuming you are hungry and your algorithm is actually pointing you to KFC, you don't have the money. You'll be forced to Fuliza to take this money,
Yeah.
and you'll be owing somebody money which you can't afford, and that will have a negative impact on you. Likewise, algorithms can also be used badly by people, by marketers, to push their own agenda.
Mm,
And this can be disastrous to business owners, to consumers, and the general public.
yeah. I mean, I think the digital empowerment has a lot of positive force and impact behind it. But just what you're saying, it also comes along with a lot of negative impact. Number one, for me, it is the inability for someone to stop the consumption. You know, TikTok is a very good platform where so many people have come out and said, I lost 5 hours in my day, you know, because every time you think you will stop at the last scroll, it keeps on going on and on and on. Let's take a detour a bit. And you've mentioned you're a Rotarian.
Yes.
Good job. What are some of the networking tips and tools that you have since grown into and have embraced that have really set you apart?
Before we get into the tools, personally, I'm very choosy. So I'll always want to know which network I'm plugging in.
Mm,
As Ivan Meissner asked in his book, Who is in Your Room? You have to be careful where you are plugging and who you are connecting to. So I'm very careful. For example, he talks of anchors and engines.
mm,
I believe before I mastered networking, I had a lot of anchors. Those are just friends people who cling along your path and who surround you. They can't take you to the next level. To them, you're a king. They don't challenge you. Instead, you challenge them. But there are also engines who are very beneficial. They'll mentor you, they will critique you. Feedback is breakfast for kings. And they'll be able to show you even opportunities. They'll tell you, for example, today, I met a lady who is a friend of mine who keeps challenging me every day. Even today, I told her I'm here. He told me, that's the right thing. Just go. I was hesitating to come,
Oh
but she
no.
still nudged me on.
Yeah.
So engines will take you places. Anchors will take you nowhere. Which are the networks that one can plug in? I'm a member of Gideon's. I believe if you are below 25 years or 30, you have a blue Bible somewhere, which you are given in high school. The Gideons are an association of Christian businessmen who evangelize through Bible distribution.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them. It only costs you 780 shillings. Actually, the man, if it's a couple, it is 650 shillings annually, and your wife is 130. They believe that the women should be cheaper because they are your helpers, so they should not be charged more. I'm also a member of a global network, which is represented in every country, which is called BNI, Business Network International. It's in most of the 90% of the countries. And we meet, for example, today was a meeting day. We meet every Thursday at 6:30 a.m. You can imagine leaving your house 70 miles away to be in Westlands every Thursday at 6:30 a.m. Paid up events, paid up networks are very good because you meet people who are positively charged and who have spent some money, so they have a focus. It's not like a WhatsApp group that is for your villagers and cousins. Nevertheless, there is Rotary, which I'm a big member of. I'm a member of Rotary Club of Nairobi Magharibi, which Rotary is a global organization, service organization, which started as a networking organization in 1905 and focus. They networked so much. The founders, actually, it's called Rotary because there were 5 people who used to meet every Friday and rotate within each other's office. They made so much money that they focused on charity. And that's why it's called Rotary, because they used to rotate within their houses and within their offices. So Rotary, it only costs you 20,000 shillings annually. Annually to be a Rotarian. And you're a member of any Rotary club in the world. There are also local organizations like Kenya Chamber of Commerce, which is a government institution, which costs you 100,000. As you get away from the city, they become cheaper. I think here the interests are very high. In Kajiado is 3,000 shillings.
Oh, wow.
In Muranga is 3,000 shillings. So the nearer it is to your village, the cheaper it is. There are many organizations, so you just need to check what is it that you want. The more you pay, the more you get towards your goal. There are also free networking events, like the WhatsApp group where you belong for your school alumni. Some achieve a lot. I've seen recently we lost 2 relatives who are parents to my colleagues. And people are able to raise money and a lot of money, even when you are sick, when you're bereaved. They achieve much. But networking groups that are focused are better than the free ones.
Because I think that brings the element of intentionality
Yes.
where someone puts in effort to pay money, then there is value for money. And that will also really tell how they behave, the character of the people inside there. I think making a fee is able to sort of
It's a-
sieve. It's
It's
a
a sorting
siever.
mechanism.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you got into the space of marketing. What were some of the key indicators that you had to know that I am now becoming good at networking? There are people who walk into rooms and can barely talk to two people, you know. What are some of the things that would be embraced by somebody who is actually really getting to start in the networking space?
As you know, most computer guys that you know, even the ones consulting for you, are laid back.
That's true.
Some lack confidence. The real tech gurus don't talk much. That's how I was the last 20 years. I had to meet a lady who is very good in networking, who was my mentor, and I owe a lot of my respect to her. She's called the Queen of Networking, Sarah Karingi, who mentored me during the COVID times for 5 years. Every Friday I was with her, and she really helped me. So you can plug into networking, but start where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yesterday night, I was handling an online training for networking, building social capital networking for life, career, and Rotary. And somebody told me, what about introverts? Introverts make the best connections.
Mm.
They make less, not more like extroverts. Extroverts are everywhere. I'm one of them. We do quantity and less of quality.
Mm-hmm.
One, get a mentor. Just discover somebody who is good in networking. Ask, even if you don't afford, can you do something for them? I'm a strong believer in, if I can't afford, I'll offer you something that I can do for you. One that will make me move closer to you.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you are commercial, you relax your muscle on me because you'll see I'm also coming with something on the table.
Exactly.
I'm a strong believer of coming to the table of men with something. And those people will be able to shadow you, walk with you the journey. One of the biggest things people always complain about is that I'm not confident enough.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, look for where confident people are. Where are they?
Mm-hmm.
They're in networking events. I've never seen a gloomy person in a networking event.
Mm.
All are positively charged. So anybody you find in a networking event wants to move to the next level. They have a dream. They have a need. So when you get them there, they are actually in their high spirits. So when you connect with them there, it works magic. Also ask them, where do they network? My personal story a few years ago was hanging out in a joint that I was promised that here, there are serious guys who always hang around here. Actually, I hanged there till I hanged. Those people could not give me any lead,
Anything.
leave alone a referral, any connection. They'll talk big, but tomorrow
Yeah.
you call them, they ask you who you are. They even deny what they say. So they'll not be able to refer you, connect you, or even connect to you. So be intentional on where you go. Likewise, set your goals. Like I've been speaking for the last 5 years after now getting into this journey of networking. One, when I had, after BNI, I got some muscle and I thought there was an excess muscle. I joined Rotary to do charity projects. And from that place, I said, in Rotary clubs all over the world, I'll offer to speak how to grow membership, how to build the network to more members. That gives you mileage. There are people always asking me to be a speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And every day I speak, I improve and get better.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is better. Actually, the person who is better, it is you who is listening, who is watching. Just try from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's never that serious as you imagine.
I must say hats off to Susan for walking the journey with you. I mean, sitting here and listening to you, you're very well articulated, you know, with
Thank
the
you.
poses and everything. So good job to Susan. And we cannot echo out enough the sentiments on just starting where you are, you know. This is a one facet of life that I've been very vocal about. Very many a times people wait until it is all figured out for them to start. And this is where most people lose momentum, lose sight of their dreams and visions and exactly what it is that they wanted to do. And I'm so glad you were able to highlight those issues. So when we bring it back to information collection in networking events, in the event that there is breach of privacy, I don't know, from experience that you've had working in IT and also experience in networking and marketing, if you discover and you're able to trace back that your information was breached from a certain event, what are some of the measures that one can take to take action for that particular breach?
Kenya has a Data Protection Act dating 2019. There are also policies that regulate data handling, registration of data. So if you feel that your data has been breached, you can report and the necessary steps to be followed to ensure that actually a case is handled well. Because breaching of data happens every day. That's why we get anonymous calls.
Yeah.
Towards month end, I can give you an example how I lost some 40,000 shillings.
Oh, wow.
I don't know how somebody knew that I pay my bill, a certain bill on 5th of every month. On 5th, I got an SMS. We have changed our bank account to this. Just a few minutes towards my payment, I actually paid. You can imagine trying to follow the police
Yeah.
to get that case addressed. I lost 40,000 in short, just through an SMS. How that person got the data that I was going to pay, maybe he had studied my frequency and date of payments. So it happens, but nevertheless, just report to the police and the data protection officer. There are also data protection officers all over who you can contact, and they can be able to guide you and help you to have your case addressed.
And that is so unfortunate and really sorry that you had to go through that. I mean, if we look at it, we were able to unmask the police officer, if we can refer to that scenario, when we had the protests in the CBD on Tuesday. And I tend to believe that the digital tools have come to empower us, but in the same breath, they've come to really take away from us, because sometimes we don't really think that we're even being monitored, you know. At Speak Up Africa, we've been able to have conversations around even data monitoring at the workplace from some of the technological tools that you're given and gadgets. It could be your laptop, it could be your mobile phone. It's the surveillance that is happening at your workplace or even at these networking events. And that brings me to the place of some public spaces where networking happens, they actually put the disclaimer that the place is under surveillance and your footage is being collected. But in the event that, for example, you're hosting an IT breakfast networking meeting, and then we come to realize that we are actually being there's surveillance in the building, you know, and there was no proper disclaimers that have been given to this. I know you've mentioned that we should actually go to the police, but I tend to wonder how quick they will be in taking action, you know? So is data protection, privacy, even in networking spaces, something that you think we should embrace to give people more knowledge, to make them more aware of what this space is and what it actually really means for us to be safe with our data?
And there is need for us to enlighten citizens, clients, customers about the privacy of their data.
Mhm.
Of course, all of us are collecting data in one way or another. So there's need for us to inform them that we had, for example, down there when I was coming up, they just needed to inform me that, for example, I came without an ID card and I almost got stopped till I had to think out of the box to go to my email. Assuming my phone was off, I'll not be here. So there's need for us to even inform the security guys that this data that you are handling here is critical.
Mhm.
I can always say that there are cheap companies also providing security guards.
Mhm.
These people are less trained, less informed, not educated nor trained enough. They should be knowing that they're handling critical data. This information that is here can take you to jail or can cause a loss to your company or to yourself. I've seen so many cases and had so many cases of data breaches. For example, IT professionals like me
Mhm.
who are repairing your computer. After they've made the computer, they'll check your photos, your family photos, your videos. They are human beings, just like you and me, curiosity.
Yeah.
But there's need to inform them that there's need to do things that are right, concentrate on the job and not on other interests.
Yeah.
Be ethical in your transactions, in your work. Yes.
Yeah. I want us to take a minute there and look at some of the risks that are really involved in data breach, both for the ones who are the perpetrators, let's call them that, and also the people who the I don't know if I should call them casualties or the ones who are on the receiving end of it, but both stakes, what are some of the risks that are there when someone's data is taken out of hand?
Uh, I've seen so many risks. Apart from running an IT company, we graduated into a security company
Mm-hmm.
during COVID. So we installed security cameras in people's homes. I've had a story whereby a couple enrolled a company, actually a freelancer, to install security systems in their home.
Mm-hmm.
This couple, the man and the woman, separated. Actually, it's the woman who left the home, and the man was always staying in that house, and of course, having many visitors. And the lady would, because the cameras are on her phone, she'll see what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you also know a famous case of a fluent Kenyan who the wife was watching the cameras and what happened. These are things that happened. It's data breach. So the technician who actually installed those cameras did not know that these two people have
Separated.
separated. So this madam once called this young man and told him, I'm not seeing those cameras on my phone. So the gentleman came and installed the cameras on the phone. And finally, it led to a murder case where the man was killed. The young man who was innocent doing this, knowing that this is a family, is now behind bars. You can imagine what has happened to his family.
Mm.
The breadwinner is gone. Cases of data breach happen every day. Recently, I was even mugged by thugs around Bellevue.
Mm-hmm.
By good luck, I could cram them. I reported to the nearest police station. The police asked me for my number, which I gave them. They wrote it on the OB. Guess what happened the next day? Somebody's calling me, telling me that they need to settle this matter out of court. Where did they get my number?
The police. And it is sad when you
Yeah,
just say that, I thought
yeah.
to myself, maybe they were involved.
That is a true case of something that
Mm.
happened 3 weeks ago.
Mm.
When I went to the same police station asking who gave my number, sisi hatujui.
Mm.
So it just ended up. Actually, the case is like I've lost it. So that's a real life scenario of data breach. So data breach happens everywhere, even during elections. There are people who always photocopy M-Pesa books, give politicians, and politicians send you messages to try and influence your
Oh,
decision.
wow. Oh, wow. Eric, many a times, and it's a question I have asked myself. So, how did they get these numbers? But now that you mention it, it makes so much sense because you can imagine one M-Pesa shop, the amount of information they have collected in terms of phone numbers and your identification number. That is good enough data that a politician can use to their own advantage while sending those messages. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I know even SMS providers. There are many SMS providers in this country who, during elections, sell telephone numbers to politicians. They can tell you, unataka gani ya Western? Which county? Kakamega. They'll give you numbers for people within that jurisdiction. They'll sell it to you at 100K, 200,000. They make their money. Restaurants too. We go there, swipe our cards. They remain with our card details. They start sending you offers. Also, businessmen breach data. Today we have this offer. Who told you I want the
You're
offer today?
interested.
So it means that even businessmen and business units need to ask for consent on the data that they got by accident through transactions. You don't just need to send somebody an offer for tires because they came to your petrol station and fueled by M-Pesa.
Yeah.
So data breach is happening every day for marketing purposes. In fact, the biggest abusers of data are actually business people because they're handling data. People are paying by the number. If you're a lady and you come to my shop and you've paid by M-Pesa, and I've seen you're a good lady, I've got that number so easily and cheaply. I've not asked you. It is actually on the till.
Yeah.
So I'll call you and try and reconnect with you.
Yeah.
To me, that is not right. So there's clients need to be protected as far as their data is concerned, how it is collected. They be involved to be asked. There are also surveys. There are surveys that are done by, I think it was called what? There's a political organization that was called InfoTrack. They'll call me once in a while, and I don't know why they called me. Ask other people, they've never been called. And they ask you that who will you vote for to this time? This person has not even introduced themselves. So you're giving data to who and why?
Yeah.
So also surveys are one of the ways of data breach. Online surveys, manual surveys, physical, both online and offline.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have come a long way, and right now we are in a pivotal place where there's so much evolution, even in the digital spaces. Young kids are hopping onto technological platforms, and knowingly and unknowingly, they are feeding their data to these systems, and they are giving out information to predators. As we wind up our conversation, with IT involved and the connection of humans, what possibly could the future look like for us when it comes to data management?
What's the future as far as data management is concerned? Let's start from the home front. You as a family with 2 children, 1 child, 3 kids, all of them are glued with different gadgets, whether they are phones, computers. There's need to consult an IT consultant to be able to censor what they can be able to view and what they should not be accessing. There are softwares that you can put to intercept that. There are also softwares that you can use to be able to view the history, because kids can be very smart than the parents. And the smarts are sleeping is when they are working or they are connecting on the gadgets. So those softwares can be able to do that. So one of my companies does that. Also, companies, this is where transactions are made. They can be in terms of invoicing, in terms of the payments, the payment gateways. You're handling data. Who is handling this data? Are they professional enough? Are they honest? Can you depend on them? Because this data is the asset that your company owns.
True.
This data is what the clients have given to you in trust. Can you be depended on? If you've not asked them to use the data, then don't use the data for any purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you use any data, ask for consent. Let it just begin from asking for consent for the owner of the data.
Yeah.
So that we don't have. The future is both dark and bright.
Mhm.
For those who will embrace technology positively, of course, with putting measures, they'll be able to soar to the next level.
Mm.
Because also the use of data is very important in marketing. Able to predict demands, preferences of your clients. What is
Mhm.
it that they like? What is it that they want? For example, if somebody goes to a website for Alibaba and they're shopping for books, you can see that their mouse pointer will move from books to
Yeah.
pens.
Mm.
If somebody loves electronics and it's a phone shop, they'll move from earphones, earbuds to phones.
Yeah.
And that data is being mined behind the
Mhm.
scenes.
Mhm.
They're actually even studying your behavior and even your mood.
That is true.
Like, for example, you can see some of these websites that sell food. Most of the people who visit those sites are obese,
Mm.
people who don't live life rightly.
Mhm.
So actually, that's a big market to them.
Yeah.
So they study them. Today, you're ordering pizza. Next time, you're ordering Coke.
Mhm.
So they use that to be able to push. It's called push marketing, to push the next advert on your face,
Mm.
which you can't resist. So they study even your purchasing behavior.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, when we maintain ethical standards, then I think we will have control over the future, and we can turn these data and technological spaces to benefit us and the generations to come. Eric, I want to really appreciate you for coming and sharing such great insights with us. But just before we let you go, you've said something very important, that you have a company that is able to mitigate some of these things that are happening, have softwares that are able to uh, sort of bring a barrier and censor what kids are able to do. So maybe if somebody would want to connect with you, how do they get to you? How do they make their purchases? As you give your parting shot, also tell us how to connect further with you for technological services.
To be able to connect to me, you can check on LinkedIn, Google. I'm all over online space. It's very easy even to get my phone. I always tell people, if you search my two names, Erick without a K at the end, and then Obwaka, or Computer Doctors Kenya, you'll be able to get my name. And we reply communication. We are not a company that doesn't care. We care about what you need, what you're asking. We'll be able to give you the information that you need. Likewise, if you want to know about marketing, I have a company called the King of Business Networking. It's also on LinkedIn. You're able to get mentorship, and we are concerned that we want to raise giants in the world of marketing, soft skills, so that people can jump to the next level.
Mhm.
We are reachable. We will not want people to pass through the problems that some of us passed through, and it took us 20 years, 15 years to know.
Yeah.
We should be able to make it easier for you, make it more accessible for you. We care about our citizens, we care
Mhm.
about our clients, and we care about humanity. We
Yeah.
also do business very ethically.
Mm.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Eric, for
Thank you so
coming.
much.
This has been such a great episode, from getting insights on how to network and exactly what information should you share when you're networking. I mean, it would be careless of us not to be cautious of what information we share in every space that you go to. And the reality is, in every interaction that you make with the gadgets that you have, as Eric has highlighted, from as little things as ordering the food that you eat, the algorithm picks, from the kind of websites that you go through, that is what forms the algorithm. And it is by no mistake of luck, but it is a constant track of the activities that you're having online. Here at Speak Up Africa, we continue to bring you conversations that will inform, empower, and engage you. Thank you so much for listening to us today. Please go ahead and contact Eric, get IT services from him. We will be seeing you next time when we have more conversations best for our community. For today, kwaheri.